Hey boos, Mikey Demon here. To start off, you're probably all thinking, why on earth is he wearing a tennis outfit? Here's a little clue. I spit it, I can't. Let's sort out the hair now because guys, we don't want you looking at some scruff ball with the most buzzing hair. Do you know what I mean? Really, really warm. We need to open the door. We need to open the door. Whoa. Oh. And it's absolutely freezing outside. It's just the sun is really strong. Typical Wales in July, isn't it? So this week's video is actually going to be going through the times that I have nearly died. I know, there's more than one. Before that though, boos, I'm going to give you a little story time. So I was down the beach, I was having a little walk, and then all of a sudden I saw these two boys. They were fishing, and I thought, oh, that's lovely. And then all of a sudden I saw them literally grab a black bag full of rubbish and chuck it all over the floor. I know! I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was literally standing there like this. But I thought, you know what? Maybe that was by accident. I'm gonna give them the something of the doubt. I don't know what the word is, but if you got it, you got it. Anyway, gave them the something of the doubt, and I thought, you know what? They might pick it up now. They might pick it up. And then I see some of it falling off the edge of the pier into the sea, like their cans and some plastic bags. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. So I literally shouted. I know. I shouted and I went, and I did it in my most deepest voice possible, so people thought that I would be intimidating. And I went, boys, is that your rubbish? Are you going to pick it up? And they were like this. Oh my gosh, where's that coming from? And I was like, I was looking at them, I was like, yes. I'm watching you. They then went on to say, there was no rubbish. And I was like, I just saw you. I didn't do it in the voice. I just saw you. Oh my gosh, what has my video come to? Anyway, they went back and they actually picked it up. So I thought. So I went over, but they'd gone by this point, see? I went over and there was still quite a lot of rubbish on the floor. I was lucky I had
fishing gloves
in the car, so I literally just used them to like pick it up and put it in the bin. Life lesson though, if you ever see anyone, tell them, ow! Pick up your rubbish. Now sling your hook. That was my greatest Nessa impression. Love it. Booze, let's go. I think I just broke my heart. Oh, fricadelle, I broke my heart. Bit of fabric just came off my hat, guys. I've literally just bought this hat. Oh well. It's only a hat. Illy, let's go. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! Church camp got me like. So, number one. This has 1000% got to be the fact that I was almost in a plane crash. I know. This was literally a terrifying experience and I will never ever forget what happened on that plane. It was February 2016 and we were on our way to South Africa. And all of a sudden, halfway through our flight, we hit really bad turbulence. And we hit this really bad turbulence and I remember the lights started shaking a bit. And then all of a sudden, we just dropped. And we went down really, really fast. It was so scary. I remember there was people screaming, crying, even being sick and even being incontinent. The plane dropped over 8,000 feet. Crazy. Especially when you think a plane only flies on an average about 35,000 feet up. I think. I remember looking at this other family as we were falling, and I remember looking dead in the eye to this girl, and she was about the same age as me at the time, so about 16, and I actually remember thinking, are we going to get through this? And I was literally just holding my father's hand, just like literally praying so much, and I just thought, oh my gosh, we're going to go down. And you know when they say like life flashes before your eyes, I literally just remember thinking about my family back home, thinking about my mother, my sisters, and I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, is this going to be my last thoughts? Really scary. Then all of a sudden, after we dropped about 8,000 feet, the amazing, absolutely outstanding pilot went full speed down. And have you seen some of those videos that show how fast planes go? Oh my gosh, you can imagine how fast we're going speed down just to catch up with the engines. He finally managed to catch up with the engines, and the plane was literally going up like this for a very long time. It turns out, because at the time there was a lot of confusion because we literally thought we'd been hit by something. We literally had no idea what was happening. It turns out an unknown plane had flown across us in front of us, and that we had fallen into a heat air bubble, I think that's what it's called. And we'd literally just been pushed down, and that would have happened. The British Airways crew and pilot absolutely dealt with the situation amazingly. They looked after everyone during and after, because obviously a lot of people were having panic attacks and things like that. So they were trying to look after everyone as best as they could, which was really amazing. The next one, so number 2, this has got to be shark attack. Guys, literally, yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking, how much stuff has this boy been through?
A lot.
Christ. So this one is really, really scary. Oh my gosh, literally so scary. We were on holiday in South Africa, and I absolutely adore the sea and any water sports. And I normally go surfing. That's like literally my hobby out there. I will go surfing from literally 9 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock at night.
Obsessed.
That day though, it was a little bit different. My mother had said in the morning that we're not going to be going to the beach straight away, and that we are going to be doing some errands around Simonstown and things like that. So I was literally like getting to the point now where I was like, it's 1 o'clock. I just want to go in the sea. I just want to go to the beach. Because at the time, I wasn't really into shopping that much. It's a different story now. But anyway, my mother said, just wait, come on, we won't be long now. We might be another hour. And I was like, oh gosh, another hour. But it's fine, we'll wait. I'll wait. I'll listen to my parents and I'll just wait, isn't it? I'm very blessed that I listened to my parents at the time. Then went down to the beach about an hour later, and we could just hear these alarms going off, and they sound a little bit like war alarms. They're a little bit like That wasn't a really good one. And there was people literally running away from the beach, screaming, like absolutely screaming. It was petrifying. And they'd said, there's been a shark attack, you need to leave, everyone needs to leave now, everyone needs to leave now. We left the beach and we were speaking to a couple of people on our way leaving the beach, and there was this old lady, bless her, and she'd obviously seen what had happened, and it was that she'd seen a shark attack. She'd obviously wanted to just speak to someone about it, get it off her chest, because what she'd seen had been really traumatic for her, isn't it? As it would for anyone. And we spoke to her about it, and she did feel like some sort of relief from telling us what had happened. Bless her. We went back home then, we stayed home for a bit. We went up to the mountains later on, about half an hour later, for a drive like we normally do after we've been to the beach. We could just go to see the baboons and stuff and just have a sea view. We could actually see down to the water, and there was just this massive pool of blood, and you could see the shark. It was absolutely petrifying. And I spoke to one of the lifeguards after it as well, and he said that the shark attack happened in my surfing spot. If we had been there an hour earlier, God knows what would have happened. It's so sad what happened to that man that day, and my thoughts and prayers go to his family even now. The final one for this video is actually the fact, and a lot of people don't know this about me, is the fact that I was born at 28 weeks. And if some of you don't know that you're actually meant to be born at 40 weeks, and I was born at 28. So that's like 3 months early. Crazy. When my mother was pregnant with me, she was told to abort me as there was no sign of life, like absolutely no sign of life. I know! My parents both decided they weren't going to abort, and they carried on with the pregnancy as they'd spoken to this amazing doctor. Mum, what's that doctor called that saved my life? BT. Okay. But after discussing the situation with Mr. Beatty, who is a fetal medicine specialist, they decided to carry on with the pregnancy. And then they got to 28 weeks, and look who arrived. Mr. Mikey Denman. Also the only baby out of 11 babies in a special care unit to survive. I was in and out of hospital for the first year of my life, just with different problems, but I've overcome them, and look at me today. Look at me now. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you already haven't, and maybe leave a comment in the comments section if you fancy it. Illy, God bless, peace out. See you next week.